Welcome to our unit on fixed assets. The first thing we're going to do is learn how to allocate the purchase price amongst multiple assets, in this case, land and building. If you haven't done so already, you may want to open the blank Google Sheet so that you can complete this worksheet along with me. Okay, so we have on the 1st of July 2019, we made a lump sum purchase, a bundled purchase of land and building. The purchase price is $200,000. So we need to figure out how are we going to allocate that $200,000 between land and building. Remember, land and building each need to be recorded separately. The reason for this is because we're going to depreciate the building, but we will not depreciate the land. Land never depreciates. Okay? So we don't know how much the purchase price was for each, but we do know the appraised value. So we got some sort of appraisal for an independent appraiser, either a private one or it could have been the government appraisal. And the land has been appraised at $80,000 and the building at $240,000. So the total land and building combined have been appraised at $320,000. We bought it for $200,000, so we got quite the deal. All right, so the first thing we want to do is figure out our allocation percentage. According to the appraisal, what percentage of the total appraised value is land and what percentage of the total appraised value is building? So we're going to take the land value or the appraised land value and divide it by the total appraised value. 80,000 divided by 320,000, and we're going to get 25%. Then we are going to take the building appraised value of 240,000 and divide it by the total appraised value of 320,000, and it's 75%. We want to make sure that these two percentages add up to 100% because otherwise we won't allocate our entire purchase price. So I'm just going to add those up and they equal 100%, so I'm in good shape. All right, now to allocate the cost, I am going to multiply our purchase price by the allocation percentage. So I'm going to multiply 200,000 by the allocation percentage of 25% for the land, and that means I'm going to allocate $50,000 of my purchase price to land. Then I'm going to multiply the purchase price by the allocated or the allocation percentage for building, and I get $150,000 is the total allocated cost to the building. I'm going to add these up, and I get 200,000, which matches with my purchase price, which means I've allocated the entire purchase price. So when I go to do the journal entry, and I may as well just add some lines and do it right here, I'm going to debit land for 50,000, and I'm going to debit building for 150,000. And assuming I paid cash, I'm going to credit cash for the entire 200,000. A little formatting. Okay, so that is when we buy assets in bulk or a bundle purchase, or what we're calling here a lump sum purchase. That is how we can allocate the purchase price across the various assets so that we can book them separately into our balance sheet. So we take the appraised value, we calculate what percentage each asset is of the total appraised value, and multiply that allocation percentage by the purchase price to get our allocated cost. All right, join me in the next video when we will be talking about how to calculate depreciation. See you then.